Hello, can you hear me? Hi students. Hi, all of you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you? Fine. So we were talking about the respiratory system in humans, right? You drew the diagram yesterday. I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. Right. So the respiratory system diagram I had given you yesterday, and according to that, we have the respiratory system with the nostrils, nasal passage, pharynx, then sound box, then we have the larynx. So sound box is the larynx. Then we have the windpipe, the trachea, bronchi, branches, bronchioles, the branches. Okay. Then they end with the alveoli. Alveoli also will be having alveolar ducts in it. Through the ducts, they will get the supply. They will be surrounded by alveolar sacs. Right? Alveoli, many around 6 to 7 alveoli together in a one sac. Yeah, I just got all of your drawings and all. So most of them, you people are drawn just like that, right? And I told you one particular time, not night and all. You are sending me at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock and all. It doesn't work, right? Right? Good morning, all of you. Listen, I am not here to sit and wait for your diagrams. I don't require them. I feel that you require it. Not for my sake to draw and send me. Okay? I don't want to ask you any diagrams now onwards because you all sending it slowly. One day I have that happened when this happened when I forgot, madam. I am sending at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Why do I want it, right? See, first thing, once you come from school to college, one thing is you are studying for your sake, right? Not to show somebody that you are studying, not to show your madam that you good look, you are studying well, you are a good student. Nothing. You did not show me anything. Right? You have to study because you want to study. You want to make your future. Okay? Always you remember that whenever I say something, there is some importance for that. There is an examination point in that. That's the reason I told you. Okay? Now on, I will not ask you any drawings. If at all I want, I will ask you to switch on your videos and show me the diagrams right now and then. Is it fine? This is what I am planning, not to give you any homework to send me to the mail or to the WhatsApp, right? Okay, I will ask you to switch on your videos and show me the things. Okay, done. Fine. So last thing I gave you was the alveoli. Did we finish till alveoli? The points till alveoli? Have you finished till alveoli? Bronchi. Okay, write out. Bronchioles. Write the side. Bronchi are the branches you already know. Ma'am, we have to write about it. Bronchi, you have to write. Yeah? Okay, write down. Bronchi. The windpipe. We have to start from alveoli ಅಂತಾನೆ you have bronchi ಇದ್ದರೆ ಏನಿಂದ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋದು? After bronchi. Okay, bronchioles ಅಂತ ಬರೀರಿ. You are writing primary, secondary, tertiary bronchioles ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Yes ಅಂತಾರೆ, no ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, primary, secondary, tertiary bronchioles and alveolar ducts also ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? Alveolar ducts ತನಕನೂ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? Alveolar ducts ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ? Side heading I told you to put the alveoli left na. Write down now from there. Alveoli. Right side heading alveoli. Write down. These are the thin-walled. These are the thin-walled air sacs. SACs. Thin-walled air sacs. That are filled with respiratory gases. That are filled with respiratory gases. They are lined by single layer of squamous epithelium. Single layer of squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium. Around 7 to 8 alveoli. Around 7 to 8 alveoli aggregate and are found within the alveolar sac. Within the alveolar sac. Next, each alveoli is individually surrounded by blood capillaries. Individually surrounded by blood capillaries. This helps in the exchange of gases between alveoli and blood vessels. This helps in the exchange of gases between alveoli and blood vessels. Next, lungs. These are the large two chambers that possess bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. Bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. I am not muted yet. When I muted? No, mine is on. Am I muted? Am I audible? Akank, something is wrong with your thing. Yes, sir. Abhigna. Am I muted? I am audible. Okay. We can able to hear, ma'am. Okay, done. Only somebody's thing is missing. I told lung includes bronchi, bronchioles and alveoli. That's it. Done. Next. Lungs are surrounded by pleural membranes. Lungs are surrounded by pleural, P-L-E-U-R-A-L, pleural membranes. Pleural membranes. These are of two types. Outer one is, what is the outer one called? Outer one is parietal pleura. Very good, Sujan. Outer one is parietal pleura. Inner one is visceral pleura. Very good. Very Channabasappa not seen only. Channabasappa, are you there? Because you used to answer so many things and suddenly you are disappearing. Visceral pleura. Channabasappa is there? Say yes if you are there. Because yesterday also I didn't see him. I don't know. I think he is not there. Next, you write between the two pleural membranes. Between the two pleural membranes, there is a pleural fluid. There is pleural fluid that acts as a shock absorber. That acts as shock absorber. That acts as shock absorber. Written? Acts as shock absorber. So Channabasappa is not there, literally, because he is in the group now, Napita. Is he in the group? Yeah, once you message him and find out whether he is there. Okay. Yeah, once you message him, not now, later. Yeah, you try now if at all possible. Otherwise, it's okay. If you are using mobile, don't want to ask him. Don't want to ask. Let him only come with the problems. Don't ask. I will ask. I will process it through the office only. I don't want him to be specially given something importance. Okay, leave it. Now listen. I wanted to know. That's why I told you. I asked you. If you have somebody close to him, you can ask him. Yeah, he's not online. I know. I can't see here his name. Even yesterday he wasn't there, you know. Okay, it's okay. Now let's continue. Write down last one is the diaphragm. Diaphragm. It is dome-shaped muscular organ dome-shaped muscular organ that separates the thorax from abdomen. That separates thorax from abdomen. Thorax from abdomen. Yeah. The two lungs rest on diaphragm. Actually, you should not say diaphragm. You should say diaphragm. G is silent. Okay. The two lungs rest on diaphragm. Done? I done. Okay, that's about the structure. Okay. Now we'll start with the process. Okay. So how exactly is respiration happening? Okay, let me focus the microscope to me. Not microscope, the camera. Okay, so those are all the structural details I gave you. Now we are going to talk about the physiology of respiration. Okay. What should happen in physiology? Okay, let me give you first thing. First, air will enter while breathing. It goes to the lungs. No? One process. Then from the lungs, carbon dioxide comes out. So whenever you are breathing, we breathe all the air, not only selecting oxygen. We take all the types of air. It may be oxygen, it may be sometimes carbon monoxide. If you are there in the heavy traffic, no, you take carbon monoxide also, nitrous oxide also. NO2, SO2, everything will breathe. Our body will not be able to identify which gas to take in. But along that, oxygen also will be there. That is breathing in. We call it inhalation. Then breathing out is exhalation. Breathe out unused air along with carbon dioxide will be breathed out. Right? That is first step where the air reaches lungs. We call that first step as breathing. Okay? If this is our body, the first thing is breathing, where we are taking in oxygen. Oxygen enters. Right? Then second one, after it enters, imagine this is the lungs, this is the blood vessel. It has to exchange from the, this is the lungs. It has to transport it through the blood. This is the blood. Okay? There must be exchange of oxygen should enter into the blood. Then from here, oxygenated blood will go to the cells. Okay? In the cells, there will be release of carbon dioxide. CO2 is brought. Because in the cell, what happens? C6H12, O6 takes up this oxygen and breaks into CO2 plus H2O plus energy. So carbon dioxide is the output. This will come to the lungs from here, from the blood. This blood is carrying this. In the lungs, it will have to transport in the lungs from where it will be exhaled. This will be carbon dioxide. So from here till here it is breathing. From here till here, what happens is transportation of respiratory gases from the alveoli to the blood. This is the second thing where the respiration happens externally. We call the second step as a external respiration. What is external respiration? It is the exchange of gases between blood and the alveoli. Here, the transportation of gases into the lungs and from the lungs out. Here, external respiration is transportation of gases in alveoli to the blood or blood to alveoli. This is called external respiration. Third one, once it enters the blood, certain chemical forms are produced. Oxygen will not go like oxygen bubble. It will combine with hemoglobin, form oxyhemoglobin. That again I will explain you. Then in that chemical form it is transported. So in what form it will transport is transportation of oxygen. Transportation of respiratory gases through blood. In different forms. The carbon dioxide has different form to transport. Oxygen has different type to transport. So that's the transportation of gases through blood. Fourth one, once it enters the blood, it will reach the cell. Now in the cell it should enter, right? From cell it should come out, right? This is actually called it as internal respiration. That is the exchange of internal respiration. What is it? It is the exchange of gases between the blood and the cells. Okay? Respiratory gases from blood to cells or cells to blood. This is called internal respiration. Then in cell what happens is this happens. Within the cell, take that oxygen, breaks glucose into carbon dioxide and water. The fifth step we call it as cellular respiration. So how many steps are there? You see? First, it's not that so simple. We are taking the gas and breathing out. First, we are going to take the gas into the lungs in alveoli. Then blood vessels surrounding the alveoli take up this gas. It is external respiration. From here, in different forms, blood will transport it to the cell. There is transportation of gases through blood. Once it reaches the cell, there is exchange of gas between the blood and the cell. This is called internal respiration. Within the cell, what happens? Glucose will take this oxygen, breaks into carbon dioxide and water, the carbon dioxide is released. This process is called cellular respiration. And in this process, actually energy is released. So we get energy only when you are respiring in the cell, not by breathing. Only it should happen internally. See, so many factors it depends upon. It depends upon what kind of blood circulation is happening in you, how much you are taking the gases in, and what kind of hemoglobin you have, what kind of oxygen you are taking, where you are present, are you in the deep uh, traffic jam. So all these will decide your breathing capacity. It's not one thing, right? Most of the time I say students will say, I do pranayama, I'll be healthy. Not only that, that's one part. You are doing pranayama, you are improving the respiratory tract to take gas in and out. Then one more thing is your body cells require oxygen, that should crave for oxygen, should run. Then what happens? The muscular cells want oxygen. Then you are like that. No, you want to take more oxygen. If you run, no, your body will ask for more oxygen. Then your body will suck more oxygen, right? Then it enters the cell. In the cell, this should exactly break down. For breaking down, you need glucose in the cell. So many factors are there. Can you make out? So in the cell, you want glucose. You can't simply break down. If you are not eating anything, only doing exercise, then cellular glucose is zero. You can't breathe. In the cell, it should be having some glucose. And I already told you, the glucose from the blood enters the cell if there is insulin. Remember, in the first chapter I told you, right? Other people may or may not know, but mostly we need insulin for the transportation of glucose into the cell. So if insulin is there, then cell will have glucose, cell is there, and you are taking oxygen properly, then it will break into carbon dioxide and water. That's how so many factors are deciding your ability to respire, being healthy. Being strong is being good respiratory system, good circulatory system, good circulatory digestive system, excretory system. Every system should be important, right? Don't think, madam, I don't like this chapter, so I don't want to study circulation. I don't want to study digestion. So if you don't like circulation or digestion, stop digesting for 1 month. Then you are gone, right? Therefore, there is nothing called as priorities are not there in the body. All systems are important. If I say digestion is important, circulation is same, respiration also is same, excretion, and your nervous system, everything is important in your body. Don't think right ranking system is there. Nothing is ranking system. Everything is rank number 1, first rank, because everything is important. Suppose you get some digestive problems, then you feel that there is nothing more than this problem, right? If you have respiratory problem, then you think that this is a great problem, right? Because every process is important in your body, correct? Right? That in physiology of respiration. Chanbasappa, where were you, baby? And yesterday also you are not there, Chanbasappa, no? Why? Today power cut, fine. I will explain you one by one, Sujal. Each one is 5-mark question. Did you get it? Breathing 5-mark, I will explain you. Still everything I have to explain. Just now I am giving you like the headings, that's it. Yes, ma'am. It's very fast. I'll explain all of them. First you write it. Physiology of respiration. Chanbasappa, where were you yesterday? Forget about today. Don't draw. I'll tell you when to draw. Write down. Chanbasappa should answer. Where were you yesterday? Write down. Respiration involves following steps. Ma'am, there was renovation going on, so that's why I couldn't attend. There is a leakage in the house. Okay, because you told today some problem, but what about yesterday I asked you, that's it. Okay, write down all of you. Write the steps. First one, breathing. Second one, external respiration. Third one, exchange of gases through blood. Fourth one, internal respiration. Fifth one, cellular respiration. Done? Did you write all the 5? Write happily. Don't want diagram dear, just write it. Don't draw the diagram. It's not a diagram actually. ಬರೆದ್ರ ಈಗ 1 by 1 ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಈಗ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು 5 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಇದು ಒಂದೇ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಅರ್ಥ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ 2 ದಿನ ಬೇಕು ನನಗೆ ಓಕೆ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಕ್ ದಟ್ it is in one step I will make you understand leave you no everything is one 5 mark question only okay ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇನ್ನ ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪ nothing is wrong now you start concentrating all of you observe properly understand properly okay so first step is breathing okay step number 1 is breathing breathing is otherwise called as pulmonary ventilation ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು pulmonary ventilation ಅಂತ ಓಕೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಇದನ್ನ ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವಾ ಕಿಟಕಿ ಬಾಗಿಲು ಹಾಕಿದಕ್ಕೆ ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಹಂಗೇನೆ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಆಡೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಲಂಗಿನ ಉಸಿರಾಟ ಅಂತ ರೈಟ್ ಲಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬ್ರೀದ್ ಅಂತ ಅದೇ ಪಲ್ಮನರಿ ವೆಂಟಿಲೇಷನ್ ಆರ್ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ನೌ let us talk about the pulmonary ventilation or breathing we have 2 steps first step is inhalation second step is called exhalation or inspiration and expiration right inhalation is taking in oxygen along with other gases by through the nasal tract into the lungs right see whatever you are talking this gas will get into the alveoli the lung volume will increase whenever you are inhaling exhaling the whole volume of the lung will decrease and it will come out right so this is because of certain muscles present in the chest cavity they make the lung to increase or decrease in their volume right so those muscles I'll give you now okay imagine this is again I'm drawing the diagram observe why I'm drawing so many diagrams you will have to understand the man is a front wheel right it's a backbone okay this is his chest here we have backbone right backbone this is a backbone from the backbone you get the what are these are called as the ribs these ribs are connected by certain muscles these muscles will increase or decrease the ability to absorb These are called as external intercostal muscles. Okay. Suppose these are the ribs, like this ribs, no? These are ribs and those connect external. They're called external intercostal muscles. Internal ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರುತ್ತದೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ. Those are called, and you cannot show them here only. Those who are present internal, they are called as the internal intercostal muscles. Okay, these are the rib muscles. Rib in the connect ಮಾಡೋದು. Rib is not a muscle. Rib is a bone, right? They arise from the backbone. And in the front, you have the chest muscles. In the front, you have chest muscles of the sternal muscles. This is called the sternum. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎದುರುಗಡೆ ನಮಗೆ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು sternum muscles or the chest muscles, right? And below that we have diaphragm. This is a diaphragm muscle. Below the diaphragm ಏನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ stomach ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ stomach abdominal organs ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. They are all in abdominal muscles. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ inhalation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳೋಣ. Inhalation ಇದು full chest cavity, ಇದು ಒಂದು lung ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, this is the lung. ಇದು lung ಇದೆ, full lung ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. Okay, the lung normally chest cavity increase ಆಗಿ air ನ ಒಳಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಹೇಗೆ? These are the external intercostal muscles alva. Whenever it has to be inhaled, these external intercostal muscles contract and ribs are pulled little forward. ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಹಿಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ribs ಹಿಂಗಾಗುತ್ತೆ. Lateral position ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದೂರ ಹೋದಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. They increase the chest cavity at the sides. External intercostal muscles are contracted, pulling the ribs little forward. Internal intercostal muscles are relaxed, allow the ribs to move forward. External contract ಆಗ internal ones relax ಆಗಿ they allow the ribs to move forward. Two things happen. External intercostal muscles are contracted, pulling the ribs outwards. Internal intercostal muscles are relaxed and they allow it to move, increasing the chest cavity at the sides. Okay, next, sternal muscles which are present at the center, they contract and pull the chest in the front, right? Inhalation ಮಾಡೋದು wing pull ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಇದು wing pull ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. Okay, then ಇದು increase the chest cavity in the front also. Now this diaphragm which is dome shaped, that becomes flattened. This become flat. ಯಾವಾಗ inhalation ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಬಂದು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಹೀಗೆ ಡೂಮ್ ಶೇಪ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So it is increasing the chest cavity at the base. Side ಅಲ್ಲಿ external intercostals in the internal intercostal muscles, they are increasing the chest cavity. Front ಅಲ್ಲಿ sternal muscles are pushing upward by contraction, and at the base diaphragm will become flat. ಹಿಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ dome shape, ಹಿಂಗ್ flat ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. So it increases the chest cavity at the base also. All sides are increased. Now one more important thing. Once the rib, what do you call it, the diaphragm has become dome shaped to flat, what happens to stomach? Stomach is present just in diaphragm and stomach ಕೂತಿರ್ತದೆ ಹಿಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. The flat ಆದ ತಕ್ಷಣ stomach ಒತ್ತಡ ಬೀಳುತ್ತೆ, it get pressurized. Because all the abdominal muscles contract and abdominal organs get shrunken. Abdominal muscles relax ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, organs get contracted. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು rib, not rib, ಏನಂತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ diaphragm ಹಿಂಗಿರೋದು ಹಿಂಗ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲ್ಲಿ stomach ಗೆ ಹಿಂಗ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಕಚಕ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Therefore, when you have heavy food, full tummy, breathing becomes so difficult. ಯಾಕೆ? Inhalation ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ this diaphragm is pushed down, stomach is flattened. If stomach is half full, no problem, it's half filled. Full ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ it comes out. You may get hiccups, or it may pressurize the intestine. Understand? ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವತ್ತೂ ಊಟ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅರ್ಧ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು. ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ ಟೈಟ್ ಆಗಿ intestine alimentary canal esophagus ತನಕ ತಿಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ you can't breathe properly. You know how they are connected, right? Once the diaphragm is flat, abdominal organs becomes relaxed. Abdominal muscles are relaxed. Abdominal organs are contracted. That time only chest cavity has increased. Now what happens? We inhale. Because chest cavity has increased, alva? So oxygen allowed chest cavity increase at the pressure in the lung pressure decreases compared to the atmospheric pressure. The chest pressure or the lung pressure decreases compared to the atmospheric pressure. Only jaga kali takshana decrease agbidutte. Hagagi air from environment will rush into the lungs. Hege bandubitte oxygen enter agutte. This is inhalation. Did you understand this? Inhalation agbekadre first external intercostal muscles contract, pull out, internal intercostal muscles relax, allow the ribs to move slightly forward, increasing the chest cavity at the sides. Sternal muscles in the front, they will contract and increase they are pulled out and increase the chest cavity from the front. Diaphragm, which is dome shaped, become flat, increasing the chest cavity at the base. Abdominal muscles relax, abdominal organs contract. So chest cavity is increased. Air pressure in the chest cavity decreases compared to the atmospheric pressure. Therefore, oxygen along with other gases will get inhaled. Artha aita? This is first process. Exhalation is ulta agate. Adana heltini. First baradu badi. Write the heading. Breathing. It is the first step in respiration in which respiratory gases are exchanged between lungs and the environment. Lungs and the environment. It involves various types of muscle movement in the chest cavity. Various types of muscle movement in the chest cavity. The muscles are first one, external and internal intercostal muscles. External and internal intercostal muscles. Second one, sternal muscles or sternum muscles. Third one, diaphragm muscles. Next, abdominal muscles. Next, breathing involve 2 steps. Breathing involves 2 steps. First one, inhalation or inspiration. Second one, exhalation or expiration. Exhalation or expiration. First one, right? Inhalation. Draw this small diagram. No, the diagram, you should draw the diagram. Fast you draw this. Don't waste time. It is 12 agide. 12:15 you complete. 3 minutes I am giving you. Finished? Okay, draw. Okay, done. Write down. I will tell you next artha agate nimge. How Chanbasappa, why, how only oxygen is taken. I'll tell you in the next where I'll explain now how exactly oxygen is conducted and all. I'll write down. During inhalation, The muscles of the chest move as below. First one, external intercostal muscles contract, comma, internal intercostal muscles relax. External intercostal muscles contract, internal intercostal muscles relax. This increases the chest cavity at the side. Next, I have repeated so much. Second point, sternum muscles. Sternum muscles contract. Sternum muscles contract. In inhalation, muscles on the chest move as below. ಏನಮ್ಮ ಇದು ತನುಶ್ರೀ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. Okay, write down next one. Sternum muscles contract and pulled forward. And pulled forward. This increases the chest cavity in the front. Okay, I'm saying slow only. This increases the chest cavity. You should only tell me. Now you tell me. What happens? What I have drawn there? Okay, I am not dictate. You only write it. What happened to the sternum muscles there? Look at the drawing and tell me. First drawing also you tell me. First point you tell me, Miss Ba. What happens in the for the external intercostal muscles and internal intercostal muscles? I explained 2 times and I have drawn also. You should tell me now. Miss Ba, tell me. What happens to the external intercostal muscle during inhalation? Which one contacts, which one relaxes? Which one contacts, which one relaxes? You should only tell me. I have explained 2-3 times actually. Which one is contracted, which one is relaxed? Others type it if you remember. You can't say. That is not clear and Renu. Ain't not clear. I have told that only, na? No. Only about external intercostal muscles you write. Which is not clear, I didn't understand. External intercostal muscles. After neat I get ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನನಗೆ clear ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? External intercostal muscles contract and internal intercostal muscles relax. Okay, this increases the chest cavity at the sides. Second point ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ರಿಪೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಬೇಡಿ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಏನಂತ I keep on repeating same thing, subject will no go further. What I told you, second point, what about the sternum muscles? Look at the board. Sternum muscles contract and pulled in the front. This increases the chest cavity in the front. Good. Now you only tell me what happens to the diaphragm muscles. Good, correct. What happens to diaphragm muscles? Diaphragm muscles contract and it becomes flat, right? You don't ask me, you should only tell me, because I will explain to you. Diaphragm muscles contract and it becomes flat. Good, so many are answering. This is what I want. You don't wait for my word to word explanation. You should only know what to write. Diaphragm muscles contract and it becomes flat. So whenever I'm explaining, no, you concentrate and listen. After that, now onwards, I will give you only to write notes. I will explain, that's it. Okay, next. Fourth point. Abdominal muscles relax and abdominal organs contract. Abdominal muscles relax and abdominal organs contract. Last kechi neat agi helpkottidini ನೀವು ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನ. Abdominal muscles relax and abdominal organs contract. Next. Thus, the chest cavity is increased at the side. Thus, the chest cavity is increased at the side, front, base. Side, front, and base. Next point. Air pressure in the chest. ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ air pressure? Air pressure in the chest decreases. Very good. Air pressure in the chest decreases compared to atmospheric pressure. Air pressure in the chest decreases compared to atmospheric pressure. Thus, oxygen along with other gases rushes in. Other gases rush in. Done? Okay. Now listen. Exhalation I'm writing, it's reverse of this. Reverse of this ಏನು ಅಂತ. Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು diagram ಬರೀತೀನಿ. Slightly smaller diagram I will draw so that I can draw it all properly. Chest cavity, backbone. This is a backbone. These are the ribs. These are the external intercostal muscles. Some are internal intercostal muscles. External intercostal muscles, internal intercostal muscles, like this. Okay. Then this is the sternum muscles. These are the sternal muscles. So during inhalation, exhalation, what happens is the external intercostal muscles are contracted and they are pulled back. Internal intercostal muscles are relaxed. The reverse of this I am saying. Reverse in the tilkomadi, ulta agate anta. Then the chest muscles get relaxed, they go back to their original position. It's a relaxing condition. And the diaphragm will get back its dome shape. Okay? External intercostal muscles, internal intercostal muscles, diaphragm. And what happens to abdominal muscles? Abdominal muscles are contract, the organs are relaxed. Muscles, organs sutta muscles irutte. Adu relax andre organs contract agutte. Adu contract andre organs relax agutte. Correct? Therefore, what happens? Chest cavity decreases. Illu decrease agide, illu decrease agide nodi. Decrease agtide chest cavity. Due to which suddenly the lung pressure in the chest, what happens? The air pressure in the lungs increases. Therefore, all the carbon dioxide along with unused gases will rush out. Right? Air pressure increases inside, and along with the unused gases, carbon dioxide will be released out. Did you get the difference between these two? Understood the difference between these two? Almost the opposite thing happened because ಇಲ್ಲಿ chest cavity ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ chest cavity ಚಿಕ್ಕದಾಗಿದೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ. Okay? You do one thing, you draw the diagram and write points. Then I will ask you. ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀರಾ. Okay, now you draw that first, exhalation, and tell me what all happens later. It's 12:28, 12:30 ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು points ಬರೀರಿ. Because I was giving notes and you were asking me, now I am asking you. ಏನಿದು ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಂದಲ್ಲ, ಏನಿದೆ ಹಿಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ನಿಂದೆ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ನಂದಲ್ಲ. ನೀನು ಏನಿದು ಪೃಥ್ವಿ? ಪೃಥ್ವಿ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಕಾರ್ಡಿಯಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ಪೃಥ್ವಿ, ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ಯು ರೈಟಿಂಗ್? Hello, Prithvi from Cordial. Let her answer. Wait, Prithvi from Cordial. What are you writing? Maybe you are chatting with somebody and by mistake you have put it here also. Prithvi, switch on your video. Prithvi Madiwal from Cardial College. Are you there, Prithvi? Yeah, she is doing all nonsense activities here. I will take into account. Let me talk to their parents. This is nonsense actually. They are doing chatting and all other with others. And how can you concentrate in the class then? Useless people. ಮತ್ತೆ ಈ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮತ್ತೆ she should leave. I'm talking so much, so many nice things. She is talking somebody else. You can see her chatting, na? Yes. So next is external intercostal muscles relax. Internal muscles, intercostal muscles, very internal muscles alla. Internal intercostal muscles contract and chest cavity decreases from the sides. Very good, Anushri. Very good. Sternum relaxes and chest cavity decreases from the front. And diaphragm muscles relax and get back to the dome shape. Very nice, Mark. You are very good. And chest cavity decreases. And air pressure increases in the chest cavity compared to atmospheric pressure. Very good. Yeah, abdominal organs relax, abdominal muscles contract. That is also correct. Shifa Khan, very good. Thus, air pressure increases inside the chest cavity compared to atmospheric pressure. Carbon dioxide along with unused gases are pushed out. Very good. So now you write on your own. I will not give everything, each and every detail, so that you people simply sit and write. Now I think this is the best method. After explaining, you should only write. Okay, done. Both drawings are drawn from your side. Will you all write these points? Okay, let me check how many of you are written. Notes you are going to write. Waiting, I'm waiting, Sujal. Once you're finished, you say yes. Megashri writing, Anushri, Toshika, everybody is saying yes, ma'am. Pooja, Srinivas, Shalini. What about other children? 106 members are there, na? Shifa, Napita, done. R. Nidhi, Jeevita, Omera, Kirtana, done. Okay. I will ask some of you to switch on your video and show me. Okay. Gnapita, you show me. Gnapita is there. Let me check her video and show me the things. I don't know how to see the video. Have you switched it on? Fixing camera problem. It's okay. No issues. Leave it. You all have done. So keep it in mind. Next time I will ask you. No, don't want pick my mobile is full of all your diagrams. Don't want to send. Now when I said you should show me. Sujal, you show me. Sujal. Start the video and show me. Yes, ma'am. Megan, actually show me. You have switched on the video. Show me the drawing and both the drawings. No, I'm not unmuting you. You just show that your book. Megashri Nurain, to show me. Yeah, Nurain has showed this. Okay, good. Inhalation, exhalation. Both the drawings I want one. Both drawings. One you are written. Another drawing. Okay, good. Drawing is good. Okay, now you switch off your music. Okay. Meghanashri, show me. I can see you. Can you show me the drawings? Okay, good. Both you show me. Only one I could see. I could see only one. You put it near the camera, ma. Put it near the camera. Okay, done. Okay, good. Okay, now you off your video. Sujal Hiremat is showing. Okay, Meghanashri, switch off. Yeah, Sujal is showing. What happened, baby? Okay, good. But you have to show arrow mark, no? Have you drawn arrow mark? See this chest cavity, you should show the arrow mark. Okay, done. Okay, now you switch off your videos. Okay, enough, ma. Enough now. Okay, did you understand now? Now on, we'll do like this so that I can get a confirmation. Okay, all of you are done? Notes also written? Yes or no? You are done with this. Okay, done then. Listen. Let me now talk about the next thing. So this is a 5-mark question to you. Explain breathing with the help of neat labeled sketches. So 5 marks, you have to draw 2 diagrams, but first write the points and draw roughly. Need not be very good diagram. Roughly you can draw it. Okay? Done? Fine then. Let's now move on. This is how we are taking gas in. Now the next unit is how much gas we can inhale and exhale. That is the thing. Normally you would have seen all of us will be together. Some will be suffering from asthma. Some will be having some lung problem. Some will not be breathing properly. Why? Because our lung muscles are not strong. We don't have good strong muscles of the lungs. Right? Very good strong lung muscles are there in athletic people. Athletes. They run daily, no? They will have very good strong lung muscles. Right? So, how to find out how healthy are my lungs? If you have anything problem with the lungs, how to test your lungs? There are some hospitals like chest clinics are available where you can go and ask to test them, right? So how do you test it is by something called as spirometer analysis, or because spirometric tests done using spirometer. So what is spirometer? Spirometry is something like you will be having some like mic like thing. They will ask you to put it in the mouth and ask you to take the long breath. Like this you have to breathe out till the last breath. But take a long breath. Till the end of breath you have to breathe out. Then how much air you are using for breathing, it can be analyzed. These are called spirometry analysis, and these air are called as pulmonary air volumes. Okay, these are called pulmonary air volumes, right? So how it is, I'll give you a graph. What you get the result, I'll give you a graph of that, right? First thing, normal breathing, you will do this much only. Normal breathing. This is effortless breathing, we do like this. Hardly we use only around 500 ml of air, right? This, from this till here, this is called as a tidal volume. The amount of air used for normal breathing, right? So tidal volume will be around only 500 ml. Means you are doing nothing. You are sitting, eating, going to the school, college, sitting and coming back, doing no activities. We require around 500 ml of air for normal breathing, right? But suppose you take the air with force, like this, then we can take the air of around 3000 ml. I draw it, write it later. So let me write it first, the full drawing. So we have the ability of breathing in a lot of air around 3000 ml. This is the air used during forceful inspiration, this much. This is called inspiratory reserve volume. IRV, it is around 3000 ml. Means if you forcefully inhale, we can inhale around 3000 ml. Imagine how much you are wasting energy, wasting air in the environment. Right? Listen properly. You are going to write the notes for this. Understand properly. Now, inspiratory reserve volume is 3000 ml. Now, when you are exhaling, we can exhale only around 1200 ml of air. This air, okay, this is one, this is next level, this is one level. Okay, this is called expiratory reserve volume. Which force you are expirating? So expiratory reserve volume, we have only 1200 ml of air. Means amount we have taken in was 3000, we leave out only 1200 ml. What happened to the remaining? Remaining air is trapped. This much is trapped here. This is the air trapped in the lungs. For our regular activity, this much is required. This is called residual volume. So residual volume is around 1500 ml. Right? Means that is the air which is required for our body activity. This is the one which is trapped for the transportation to the blood, through the blood. Otherwise, this is gone already. Expiratory reserve volume, you have lost that air. Right? This residual volume is maximum in sports people who are athletes. And mountain dwellers, those who live on the mountain, they will have more residual volume. Right? Because they will go in a rarer environment. If they go up and up in a hilly zone, they are near the sun and they are in the rarer media they go. Therefore, their availability of oxygen is less. So, their chest muscles will expand in such a way that they grab more air and store more air. Thus, residual volume is more in the athletes as well as mountain dwellers. Correct? Now, this, then normal I'm giving you. After this, normal breathing. That is inspiration, expiration, normal one. Whatever you add now, same thing you should write here. The same thing. Okay? Now, your ability to inspirate and expirate extra from here till here, this is called as your vital capacity. So, vital capacity is the amount of air used for maximum inspiration and expiration. IRV plus ERV. In that only tidal volume will come. This is around 1000. How much? 1500 plus 1200 ml. Sorry, 3000 ml plus 1200. 4200 ml. It may increase or decrease, depends upon how much you are trapping. Then from here till last residual volume, this is called total lung capacity. Total lung capacity is equal to inspiratory reserve volume plus expiratory reserve volume plus residual volume. This is around 4200 plus 1500 ml, right? How much it is? 567. It is 5700 ml, almost 6000 ml. That is around 6 liters of air. 6000 ml. That is our total lung capacity. Are you getting it? So now I want you to write this pulmonary air volumes. Okay. This is about the spirometry analysis of pulmonary air volumes. Draw this. Pulmonary air volumes. Draw this properly. What is the question? Ma'am, does the air pressure in the chest increases during exhalation? Yeah, in the chest cavity will increase. That's why compared to environmental air, therefore air rushes out. Because chest cavity has suddenly decreased. ಈಗ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಾಟಲ್ ನ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಒತ್ತಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಇರೋದನ್ನ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಒತ್ತಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಪುಸ್ ಅಂತ ಆಚೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಬರೀರಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಡ್ರಾ ಇಟ್. I will explain you Chanpasapa. All diseases and all I will explain you at the end. Now you don't bother. You have to draw it. Oh no dear. Napita, you draw this. Draw and write the points on your own by tomorrow. What I explained, you should remember and write points. That is your homework. All the diseases I will explain you at the end. First, you don't bother. Right now, what is happening? Chanpasapa will be asking something else not required right now. Write those things which are required now. In this thing, you have doubts, you ask me. But first, you draw it. Then what? Why I showed? I am having no time, no work, so I am writing a what? First you draw this. That you write below. I have no place, so I have written there. You write below that, and you have to explain what are these later. That is your homework. Right now, you take down the volumes. Raksha, what are you doing? Okay, draw it, but your video was on. So somebody tell her, Tanushri, if others remember when I'm explaining what is RV, somebody should tell me. Because I want to check whether you are concentrating when I'm explaining. See, they are writing, very good. Residual volume, very good. Good, dear. Your concept, this is what is a confirmation test for me. Good, good. Enough, enough, enough. Right. You can't finish so fast, dear. It is such a big diagram. Properly you write. ಏನೇನೋ ಬಾಯಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ತರ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಇದು ಸ್ಪೈರೋಮೆಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಗ್ರಾಫ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ So let me check what is TV. Right, what is TV? Tidal volume. Okay. What do you mean by TV? What is that TV? Don't tell me that definition for tidal volume. Now stop writing TV is tidal volume. Stop it now. Tell me what is tidal volume. It is the amount of air used in effortless breathing. Write it. It is the amount of air used during effortless breathing. Effortless breathing. You will have to write that. What is IRV? Inspired reserve volume, amount of air inspired, expired Allah, only inspired, inhaled forcefully. Only amount of air inhaled forcefully with effort. Did you get it? Not exhaled. ನೋಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಬರೀತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಕೆಲವು ಉಲ್ಟಾ ಪಟ್ಟ ERV ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು only IRV ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೆ. Okay, then ERV is expiratory reserve volume, amount of air exhaled forcefully. ನೀವೇ ಬರೀಬೇಕಿದೆ. What is residual volume? RV ಹೇಳಿ. Reserved ಅಲ್ಲ, expiratory reserve volume. Reserved ಅಲ್ಲ, expiratory reserve volume. Okay, TV is tidal volume. TV inspiratory reserve volume. Inspiratory reserve volume IRV. ಹಾಗೆಯೇ expiratory reserve volume ERV. residual volume RV, vital capacity VC, total lung capacity TLC. Volume of air remains in the lungs for the body functioning. Okay, good. And ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದು? ಯಾರಲ್ಲಿ ರೆಸಿಡ್ಯೂಯಲ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ? Yes, lungs ಎಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತದೆ ಅದು. Who will have more residual volume are more healthy people, athletes and mountain dwellers. Mountaineering ಅಲ್ಲ, mountain dwellers ಅಂದ್ರೆ mountain ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು, ಹಿಮಾಲಯಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಇರೋರಿಗೆ. ನೀವು ಮೌಂಟೇನಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡೋರಿಗೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಶುರು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. Athletes will have more. Okay, good. Additional ಅಲ್ಲ, ಯಾ additional? ERV is the amount of air exhaled by forceful expiration. Additional expiratory reserve volume. Mountaineers ಅಲ್ಲ ಕಣೋ, mountain dwellers. Mountain ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋರು, ಲೈಕ್ ಹಿಮಾಲಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲವರು ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. Mountaineers ಅಲ್ಲ, mountain dwellers. And those who live in mountains, dwellers, right? Good. Did you all understand this? Baradra chitrana. Okay, listen now. Clear na? ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಈ ತರ ಮಾಡೋಣ ಇನ್ಮೇಲೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಾಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಮ್ಯಾಮ್ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಈಗ ನಾನೇ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದು ನಿಮ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬರ್ಸ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಕನ್ಫರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. Is it fine, all of you? We will do like this. Okay, fine then. You are going to write the points on all this. Tomorrow I will ask you. You should show me. Is it fine, all of you? Good. Okay then. Did you understand what is this spirometry? Listen. Now stop writing yes, yes. Listen. If you have some, listen, stop writing yes. You have any problem with breathing, like bronchitis idea, asthma idea, allergy idea? There is a chest clinic somewhere near Bhashyam circle alli ondide. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ನಾನು ಬೇರೆ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಅಡ್ವರ್ಟೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್, ಸತೀಶ್ ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್ ಅಂತಿದೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ನೀನು ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ನಂಬರ್. ಯು ಗೋ ಅಂಡ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಯುವರ್ lung capacity, chest capacity, the pulmonary air volumes. You had gone, huh? Yaradu wait, I wear chasma, specs illa kanala ni. Chanbasappa near your house only. Okay, ಬರುವಾಗ ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪನ ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಅವ್ನು ಟೀ ಕಾಫಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ. 3 years ago ನೋಡಿ, ಅವನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪ I said it's nearby his house. Okay, ಸೊ ಯಾರ್ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕೋ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಹೇಳಿ, ಚನ್ನಬಸಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಯಾವಾಗಾದ್ರೂ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಮನೆ ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನಿವೇ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ಗೆಟ್ ಸ್ಕೇರ್ಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಆತರ ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ, ಲಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಪೈರೋಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಇದೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಕೇಳಿ. ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್, ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೈಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಇದಿರ್ತಿರ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಗೆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡರ್ ಹಾಕೋ ಒಂದು ಖಾಲಿ ಪೈಪ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಖಾಲಿ ಉಳಿದಿದ್ರೆ ಲಾಂಗ್ ಪೈಪ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಡಿ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಒಂದ್ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಟಮ್ಲರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿ. ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಲೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ವಾ, 5 ಲೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್, 3 ಲೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಇಂದ ನೀರು ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದೊಂದು ಬಕೆಟ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ. 1 ಲೀಟರ್, 2 ಲೀಟರ್, 3 ಲೀಟರ್, 5 ಲೀಟರ್, 6 ಲೀಟರ್ ತನಕ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರ. ಹಾಕಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆ ಪೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೊಂದು ಒಂದು 5 ಲೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. 5 ಲೀಟರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬಿಡಿ ನೀರನ್ನ. ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೀರಿಂದು ಬಕೆಟ್ಗೆ by closing it you put it in that. Okay, ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆರಿಮೆಂಟ್ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಅಂತ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬಕೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರನ್ನ ಇದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ದಬಾಕಿ. ಅಯ್ಯೋ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿ, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಪೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಲೀಟರ್ ತುಂಬಿಸಿದೆ ಅಂತ 5 ಲೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಏರ್ ಬ್ರೀತ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಊದಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಸಾರಿ, ಐ ಡಿಡ್ಂಟ್ ಶೋ ಯು ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ. ವೇಟ್ ವೇಟ್, ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಶೋ ಯು. ಓಕೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಒಂದು ಬಾಟ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದರಲ್ಲಿ ನೀರು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಎಷ್ಟಾದ್ರೂ ನೀರು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ 5 ಲೀಟರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಫಿಲ್ ಅಪ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಮುಚ್ಚಳ ಹಿಡಿದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ದಬಾಕಿ ನೀರು. ನೋ ವಾಟರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ, ನೋ ಏರ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ದಿಸ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಪೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನ ಸೇರಿಸಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೇರಿಸ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಬ್ರೀತ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಿಂಗ ಅಂತಿಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಊದಿ. ದೆನ್ ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ವಾಟರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ನಾ. ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏರ್ ವಾಲ್ಯೂಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು 2 ಲೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರೀದಿಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ. ಇಷ್ಟು 5 ಲೀಟರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ನೀವು ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಲಂಗ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ದಿಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ವಾಟರ್, ರೈಟ್? ಹಿಂಗ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಿದ್ರೆ ನಾಳೆ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಡುಕಿ ಹೋಮ್ ಸ್ಪೈರೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಹಾಕಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಂಗೆ ನಾಳೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ. ನಾಳೆ ನಾನು ಒಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಿಡಿಯೋ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಡನ್. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಹೋಮ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಟುಡೇ. One breath ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಊದ್ಬೇಕಾದಲ್ಲ. Did you get this? Done then. So it's getting time. See you tomorrow. Okay, you are going to do this. Check ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. You will get it. Okay, bye bye children. Thank you.